Fiddlesticks here, recording what will be the last video in the Fiddleville series. A lot has happened over the last couple weeks. I want to give my thoughts on everything that's happened or is happening with the server, what's been going on with me personally, and what is in store for the future. I'm going to record this in one straight go, so the audio isn't going to be as crisp as other videos. You'll hear some crackling of the mic. I will probably do some ahs and ahs as we go, but with all that being said, let's get into what's happening with the server. As most, but probably not all of you might be aware, Finale is coming out with a brand new server. Finale 2.0 is set to drop tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific time. I want to get into my thoughts on this and why I am both excited and deeply saddened at the same time. I'm going to start with why I'm disappointed, starting with Fiddleville. When I first came up with the idea for it, I thought that maybe we could get a dozen people living over the course of the first month. I never imagined that we would have over 30 residents right off the hop like this. My expectations were greatly exceeded. It wasn't just the amount of people either. It's just how many people wanted to help build roads, street lights, the public structures, the parks. I was genuinely just flabbergasted by how much got done in such a short period of time. Some of the detail that went into people's houses as well just blew me away. To this day, the cakery is the only place I have ever seen Chili put effort into building at all. The fact that Chili took time out of his busy schedule of climbing the leaderboards in order to help build there says a lot. I'm going to log in for a short period of time each day to check on the old server and Fiddleville. So if anyone wants to join the city, either catch me in the game, send me a message on Discord, and I'll come online to get you a plot. The second reason why I'm disappointed is that a lot of players are going to go their own way after this. Some of the player base will be going to 2.0, and I look forward to seeing you all there. Some will stay on the old server. I'll see you there occasionally, but truthfully, it won't be the same. We won't run into each other walking down the streets of Fiddleville. The last group of players will join other servers. I do intend on visiting other servers as well. For the first month or so of Vanilla 2.0, I will be pretty much no-lifing it. But after that, I want to check out some other servers as well and see some familiar faces. So feel free to message me on Discord or leave a comment here some of the other servers you intend to play. I will definitely take some time to visit people elsewhere. With that, I want to talk a bit about some of the reasons I'm excited for Vanilla 2.0. I'm going to start with bug fixes. Vanilla has a large amount of issues with bugs, from issues with villager trading, to redstone, to items becoming old and unusable, to bedrock character models being unviewable. There is a long list that plague this server. It's frustrating to the players that have to deal with it. It's frustrating to the mods that have to try to resolve it. Bugs have been an ongoing problem that no one has enjoyed. I'm sure some of us remember when villager trading broke and mending started selling for as high as a SEM. That makes it really hard for new players to get established. Speaking of SEMs, the economy itself is just in a poor state. There isn't simply enough to spend emeralds on. Inflation has become a huge issue. When I started playing, you could buy claims for a couple M's. By the time the server ended, it was 20 M's per claim was about the norm. So think about that. 10 times as much for a land claim from when it started to when it ended. It's hard for new players. I think the plushies are a great addition. Players are more than willing to spend their emeralds to collect them. I think that'll definitely help with inflation. I'm also excited about the emerald crate. So my understanding is you will be able to spend emeralds to open the crate. Figuring out ways like this to get emeralds out of the player's hand will be important to slow inflation. Another reason I'm excited is it's a fresh start. It sucks thinking about all the things that I will never get to finish on the old server. The arena, the art gallery. I was planning on building another city. I'm sure nearly all of us feel we have something left unfinished. If I have to be honest though, the server itself was starting to feel somewhat stale. When was the last time you remember the server sleeping? You probably can't, and that's because who's afraid of the nighttime? We all have top-of-the-line gear to allow us to destroy any skeleton, to vanquish any zombie, to survive any creeper blast. I remember when I started, People would go to warp beds to pass the night. Sometimes there'd be half of a dozen of us all crammed into beds in order to pass the night. Dare Crow built warp beds, and I still go there for nostalgia. I look forward to seeing who will take up the mantle of building the next safe haven for new players. So I've talked about disappointments and reasons I'm excited for the new server. I want to talk a little bit about myself, my reasons why I play Minecraft, and also why there's been such a long gap since the last video. I've been playing Minecraft since 2011, and still remember the days when players were unable to run. It's always been a game that I picked up for about 6 months to a year, I play a ton of, and then I put it down for a little while. I hosted a private server for roughly a year with some friends back in version 1.17. I found it really enjoyable, but the amount of interaction you get on a private server pales in comparison to a public server, where you meet random players. I started playing Vanilla January of 2023. I played a ton of it for a couple months. To be honest, I never really interacted with anyone. I was content doing my own thing for the first while, and I hoped to meet other players when I had gotten myself established. Sadly, commitments to hockey made it so I had to take a long break from Vanilla. Hockey was great. I was a goalie for my friend's hockey team. I had never played in net prior to him starting the team, so I had to absolutely dedicate myself to improving. I recorded the games with a webcam. I watched the footage constantly. I would stretch every day to get as flexible as I possibly could. I was dedicated to the sport. There wasn't any time for Vanilla, but I never forgot. At the beginning of 2024, I hit the side of my ear really hard diving for a puck. I had moments where I would get vertigo prior to the incident. I always thought and hoped it was because of a buildup of earwax. It was manageable, just inconvenient at times. Unfortunately, after hitting my head during the game, I've never quite felt the same since. I have headaches often, my ears ring every night without fail now. On occasion, I will go through about a 1-month period where all my symptoms get a lot worse. I lose my balance very easily, and I'll get vertigo for sometimes a full day straight. I actually can't stand in the shower during this period. The water is enough that it'll knock me over. I know this is going to sound crazy, but basically, we all have crystals in our ear that help us keep our balance. My crystals are loose, and if they move around too much, they get themselves into places they aren't supposed to be. I've been going through a rough patch for roughly the last 3 weeks or so. My hope is that in about a week or two, it'll clear itself up and I can get back to making videos regularly. I've quit hockey completely, so my time will be spent making Minecraft content for the foreseeable future. I've enjoyed putting Minecraft videos together, and I will continue to do so as long as there are people that enjoy watching them. This will be the last video dedicated to the city, but I have plans to record footage of some of the builds vanilla. I will use music for those videos, so if Warner Chappelle or anyone else wants to unfairly copyright strike me, so be it. If you have a build that you want to appear in those videos, comment the warp in the comment section below or send me a message on Discord. I hope for success in whatever you choose to do from here, whether it's play Vanilla 2.0, stay on the old server, play a new server, or if you're quitting Minecraft altogether. With that said, I appreciate everyone that took time out of their day to watch this. Hit like, hit subscribe, and I will get back to putting out content regularly when I'm able to. I will leave you with some music that 6 residents of Fiddleville put together. Good night, everyone, and good luck with whatever the future holds in store for you.